Hey, what's up guys? Good morning. It's about 7 a.m. right now in Thailand, and it's been a few days since I uploaded a new video onto my YouTube channel. So today's topic is about my last paycheck. So I got $3,900 in 1 month from teaching English online. Now, a few years ago, this would be something like a dream, but now, of course, it's become my reality. And the reason why I really want to share this video is because it's amazing that when I was at the University of Central Florida, I decided to basically, drop out my last year, my senior year at the university in the elementary education, department. It was a big move. It was a huge risk. I didn't know what exactly I was getting myself into, but that was in 2014, and now we fast forward to 2018. So 4 years later, I now make more than a public school teacher, unless it's gone up many thousands of dollars per year. I make more than a public school teacher in America. So this is, for me, it's a huge accomplishment, because when I decided to drop out, yes, it was a huge blow to my family. They were very disappointed, a lot of money invested, and etc. And now to see me on the other side of making a career for myself, making a foundation for myself, and creating a life for myself, and that's something that I wanted to share on this channel because it's very inspiring. And this is not something that I recommend. I don't recommend that you drop out of school, because I got really lucky. I found Palfish when they were still in the beginning stages, before so many people, like teachers and students, coming onto the app. And I'm really great. One of my strengths, and the reason why I continue to get a lot of retention with my students and keep a high percent and keep my ratings very high, is because of my performance in the class, with my voice, with my level of articulating the pronunciation, and also phonics and little things like that. So I just wanted to make sure that I get this out. And some of the questions that some people have been asking me about my schedule: how do you make this much money each month, and how many hours do you teach a day, and how many hours do you teach each week? Well, I'll tell you what's amazing is, if I was teaching at a public school, not only would I be, swamped with all this extra nonsense work and the drama of being in a school and all that other stuff, and now as an online English teacher, I don't have to deal with any of that. So my workload has been cut in half. Now, yes, I do love teaching at schools. It's great to see the students up close and personal. But when you have half of your hours cut and you're making the same or more than a public school teacher back home, it is a wonderful feeling, and it's a great place to be. So my schedule is basically, if you want to make that much money, if you want to get over $3,000 per month, it is possible. There's many teachers out there who, found my videos, used my invitation code, or forgot to, but it's okay, passed the interview, went on to become an official teacher for Palfish, and now they're making $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 per month, having their schedules super full, like 12, 16 classes on a Saturday or Sunday. Now, for me right now, I've decided to reduce my workload as the hours taught each week, because I did get a message from Palfish administration, because some of the parents complained I'm looking very tired in some of my classes. And it's true. Sometimes I'm really exhausted from either training too much, or just, I've been doing this for a long time, so I know the routine. And when some of the students are not so social and talkative, I start to get kind of exhausted in that lesson, and I got complaints, and Palfish administration contacted me and said, hey, what's going on? We really care about you. We just want to make sure that you and your students are having, the best performance and the best lesson that you can possibly have. And I said, yes, I'm going to reduce some of my hours per day, because I feel that when I'm doing 12, 14 classes a day like I was in the summer, and I'm doing it 7 days per week, I need some time off. So now, instead of taking, the weekends off, which I am today, actually, is my first Saturday just in, here in Chiang Mai that I'm going to take off. And it's a great feeling to wake up right now and just have the whole day, to not be on a super high paced schedule. And then tomorrow I go in at 4 p.m. on Sunday. So my schedule has changed quite a bit in the last few weeks because of these situations that have occurred. And I'm much happier right now, because when I can I still get one class in the morning typically, then I'll get 2 or 3 at lunch, and then 7 to 8 during the evening. So when I'm finished, I can still get 9 to 11 classes per day. And then on the weekend, something like 9 or 10. And that's a great average to hold. I know some people are still getting out there at 18 classes a day. I see it. But for your long-term eye health, I mean, I just say that. I mean, you only have one set of eyes, so you've got to think about the long-term health of your eyes. I know some people are getting these orange glasses. You can, my light right here will change to an orange view, orange glow. And then, of course, on your phone, you can flip it to an orange light instead of just having it on after 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. There's little features you can do on your phones. So, I don't know. I'm just trying to think and be as protective as I can in my field, because there is no insurance in this, you know what I mean? So, I got my schedule covered with you guys. You really want to get your schedule open as much as possible, and that way parents can book you. It's pretty simple. So I talked about my schedule, told you how much money I made last month, and the little back end story on that about, that's a great feeling that I make more money than I would have if I decided to stay and become a public school teacher. And if you're a public school teacher right now too, that's great. Make a difference every day. But everyone has their own destiny to walk. So feedback reports, very important. I wouldn't overlook it, because some people might just say, oh, it's just a feedback report, I just need to put it out. I don't know how long you guys write your feedback report, but I do try to keep it short and sweet, because maybe some parents, they can translate it, and a lot of times they don't write back for my questions. I would say 85 to 90% do not write back when I ask them questions, but I still put the question out there. And that's what matters, because if the parents see that consistency with your feedback reports, then that's just going to show a new level of professionalism, pretty much, and maturity. And then, of course, the last thing I'm going to touch on is my performance in class. The reason why I can average over $3,000 per month is because of my performance in the lesson. Now, not every lesson is perfect. I've been doing this for a long time. Some lessons are better than others. That's just the true, honest facts. That's the reality. You're going to have some classes that were just like, whoa, not only was it so easy, but it went so fast. And then there's going to be some lessons where you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is taking forever. It's only 5 minutes in. And those are the ones that you are there to get a challenge from, to test your true ability to be a good instructor online and how you can relate to them with English. And I would say that if you look at my history on Palfish, a lot of people message me and they're wondering why they're not getting bookings or they're not making enough money. And I look at their moments and their lives, and they've either got no lives or they just got pictures on their moments. Pictures are cool, but it's not really tapping into anything. If you go back to my earlier stuff, 2016, 2017, you will see that I did so many lives and I did so many video moments. And a lot of times I spoke in Chinese, I had titles in Chinese, and I was actually teaching them English on my videos, like teaching them how to speak, teaching them phrases, and I would even have it written out. I actually edited those videos. I took a lot of time last year to put these videos out, and that's what gained my following. I'm now over 16,000 followers, and that's not so important to me. It's a good feeling. It's a lot more than I ever had on Facebook, and I've been on Facebook for like 6 years. So anyway, just wanted to share this brief message with you guys today. If you want to teach English abroad, then it is possible. And everyone's going to be in a different type of situation. Now, because the online teaching market is still fairly new, you're going to be judged by where you're from. You're going to be judged by your appearance. You're going to be judged by the way you speak. So you have got to understand the market and learn how to market yourself and make parents feel comfortable and happy and safe with you, because you're going to be with their little child or their teenager, if you're dealing with the kids. So, everybody's got their own style. I've seen a lot of different teachers with different types of styles, different types of appearances, and all different types of teaching hours. But I just know from my experience, it's interesting, like sometimes even when I don't shave, I can feel that sometimes the parents and the child looking at me funny. Even my wife will say this, like, not many people, for example, in Thailand, not many people have beards and goatees and all that stuff. It's kind of like, I don't want to say inferior, but it's kind of like, it's not in the culture. Let's just put it that way. So what I mean is, having a good, clean appearance is going to help you out a lot more than you think. So freshen up, shape up, and get yourself out there. Put your best self out there. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you got something out of it. If you have any questions about teaching English abroad or teaching English online, you know that you need to leave the questions in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I had a great time sharing this message with you guys today. Lots of more great videos and topics to cover. And I'm not giving up on my certification course. I've got to find a way that I can become if anybody knows out there, if anybody's still listening to this video, if you know how to run a certification course, a legit, accredited certification course, licensed, then I would be very interested, because I love teaching English online, and then perhaps 3 or 4 times a year I can still teach English online in the early afternoon and evening, but I want to run my own certification course. Now, things didn't work out this year. Well, things did actually work out in the beginning, but I wasn't organized enough, and that's okay. It was a great lesson to learn, But I think now, with all this experience that I have and the knowledge that I have, giving back and certifying future teachers is something that I really, really am looking forward to do. And I don't know how I'm going to do it, but when I learn how to get accredited and do it 100% legit, legally, everything, then I'm definitely going to certify people on a beautiful homestay in Thailand where people can relax, reconnect, learn how to become a great teacher, and just create the greatest memories, really, and then go on, whether it's at a school or online or in a different country, and go out there and, I know I said make a difference already, but it's true, every day, if you can just leave them feeling positive, if you can put out, even if you're feeling down, but most of the time, it's interesting, even if I'm having a really bad day, as soon as I start teaching, within the first couple minutes, I'm in a better mood. It's just something about the interaction, the connection, the communication that you get to have is great. But then when you're dealing with a student and you're trying to improve them, it just makes the day so much better. So Anyway, you guys have a good one. Thank you so much. Adios.